Hey guys, I'm Becky from Book Bite Reviews, and welcome to my May TBR. April's TBR was huge because of G from Book Roast, Owl Exam, Readathon. So I had 12 books last month, and what did I decide to do to myself this month? Put another 12 on. Now, these 12 books are in two categories. One is the must-reads that I have to read this month. The other one are the strongly would like to read this month. I am already anticipating not finishing all of these books, but at the same time, you never know, so let's just get into it. The first one on the must-reads list is my Rub Club pick, which is Odd One Out by Nic Stone. This book follows the point of view of three different people, and it is all told about the same story, but from three totally different points of view, and it says that there are no easy answers. I believe that this has a very strong LGBTQ representative. I'm pretty sure that the characters are two girls and one guy, and they all have feelings for one another, so it's like this very, very messy kind of love triangle, but not really. So one person likes the other one, but they like somebody else, and they like somebody else. So it's one big love story between three friends with an LGBTQ representation, so I am pretty excited to read this one. Nic Stone is also the author of Dear Martin, which is another book that I am interested in trying, so I'm pretty excited to try this one out. I was very pleasantly surprised when I saw that this was the one that was picked for me this month. I think because they are picked at random, but this is a book that I would normally pick up on my own, so I'm pretty excited to check this one out. Next up is my book club pick, which is Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. I have read this one already. It is a series of short, scary stories in graphic novel form, but I do need to reread it in order to come up with the questions for book club. The artwork in this is very, very pretty, and I really, really enjoyed this when I read it, and I knew that this was a very good discussion book because at the end of every story, you're still not fully sure what exactly happened or what you just read. So I'm very excited to come up with the questions and see what the theories are that my book club members come up with for what exactly happened in this book. Next up is Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. This is book 2 in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, and I am reading this because I am participating in the readathon with Books with Chloe, Miss Sassy Cassie, Little Red Books? Hold on. Ugh. Okay. Next up is Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. This is book 2 in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, and I am reading this because I'm participating in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone read-along. The hosts for the read-along are Books with Chloe, Little Red Reading, Little Book Owl, and Miss Sassy Cassie. I will link one of the announcement videos right here in case you guys want to participate. I did watch and comment during the live show for Daughter of Smoke and Bone, and it's the first live show that I have ever been a guest of, so I really, really, really enjoyed it. To be honest, I have always loved Daughter of Smoke and Bone, but I've never gone on the series because I feel like by the end of book 1, it kind of leaves you a little depressed and you don't want to go on, but after watching the live show, I am so excited to pick this book up. I cannot wait, so it is on the must-read list because I will be participating in that next live show. And the last book that is in my must list is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. This is the biggest book that I've ever read in my whole life, so I'm not sure if this will get done this month. I definitely want to start it and get a good chunk read and then finish it next month, if anything, but the plan is to read it completely, which is not super crazy, but I say that every month. So we will see what kind of progress I make with this. I am very excited because I'm really, really, really enjoying reading the series for the very first time. This is a mess. It's a hot mess. Can we just get on this? So now let's move on to my very strongly want to read. The very first one should come as no surprise because I feel like everybody is going to be reading it this month, and that is Finale by Stephenie Garber. I am just counting down the days until I receive my book, which is going to be a signed, finished copy from Owl Crate with all kinds of goodies. I thankfully got on the bandwagon of getting the goodies and book box from Owl Crate. I'm so excited. I can't wait for it to get here. And my plan is to start reading it pretty much as soon as I get it, as long as I'm not in the middle of another book. I'm so excited. I'm pretty sure this is like definitely going to get done. Next up is a physical arc that the publishers agreed to send me. I am so pumped for it, and it is Technically You Started It by Lana Wood Johnson. When I heard about this book, I knew that I had to read it. It does not come out until June, so it's a little crazy to read it in May, but I don't think I can wait. It sounds like just pure perfection, and I think I'm gonna have to just read it this month. The plan is to wait until the end of the month, but we shall see. So this book is about a boy and girl who are texting. They're both in the same class, but the problem is that this boy shares a name with another boy in the class, and the girl thinks she knows which one she's talking to. It turns out it is not the one she thinks it is. And so it's this whole like, will they, won't they book. And I'm very excited. I love books that are about this, of like whole like secret conversations, not really knowing who each other are, or like getting to know each other through text. And what I was pretty surprised about is that the entire book is told through text messages. There is no prose at all in this book. I'm very interested to read this. I have read a book like this before, and it's been like years and years, but I'm still unsure of like how exactly I got the full picture when reading it just through text. But I'm very excited for this one. I don't know how it's going to tell everything, but very excited to try it. I'm pretty sure I'll get through this in like a day, so I know I shouldn't start it yet. I'm gonna try to wait till the end of the month. I don't know if I can. I am so excited to read this, and thank you so very much to Scholastic for agreeing to send this to me. Next up is this big ol' baby, which is the Twilight and Life and Death Rebound. I am halfway through Twilight. I started it in March to read during my birthday weekend, so I really want to get to this and finish my reread. So far, I will tell you that I am definitely noticing the problematic things with Twilight, which I didn't notice when I read it for the first time when I was very young, but now I do see the problems with this book, but I still love it, and I was so scared to reread this because I thought I was going to end up hating it. I still love it. I don't care. I love Twilight. The plan this month is to finish up reading Twilight and then read the Life and Death Remastered, which is where they take all the characters and they swap their genders. So very excited to read that. I'm hoping that I can get through this whole thing this month. We shall see. The next one, I'm already going to warn you, I'm going to butcher the author's name, but that is Bulletriddled by Grant M. Whitus. I hope. This one is about the first SWAT officer that went into Columbine, so I am very interested in reading this. I have had this book for a very long time. The anniversary is coming up, so I thought it was a very good time to finally read this. When I was younger, anything like this or like 9/11 that happened, my mom sheltered us a lot from it. She wouldn't let us watch the news footage. We didn't hear a whole lot about it. So now that I'm older, I am seeing all the footage for the very first time. So this was definitely something that I didn't hear a whole lot about in my house because my mom was trying to protect us. So I'm very interested in reading it. I think it's time. Next up is The Black Key by Amy Ewing. This is the third and final book in the Lone City series. I am recording this before picking up book 2, which is The White Rose, but I'm assuming that I'm going to like it and then I'm going to want to read book 3. So depending on how I feel about The White Rose, we may not even want to read this book, but as of right now, the plan is to read this book. I cannot wait to see where the series is going to go, so I can't wait to pick up book 2. I have a very good feeling, though, that I'm going to want to see how it ends, because everyone in book club, when we read book 1, they read the complete series and they loved it. So I think I'm going to be on that bandwagon as well, and I will be reading this one this month. Next up is Everything All at Once by Katrina Leno. This one I started back in March. It didn't really fit in with my owl prompts for April, so it is now May. I have just been renewing and rechecking out this book at the library so that I can wait till May to finally pick it up again and finish it. I really hope that I can, because so far, even though I've only read 50 pages of this book, it is really good so far, so I do hope that I can get to it this month. And the very last book on my May TBR is Loner by Teddy Wayne. This is a book that my best friend read, and she said that it totally just broke her mind, and she still thinks about it to this day. I do know the twist of this book. I'm trying to repress it and go into it thinking this is a totally different book because I want to get the full experience. But this is a very short book. I think it's under 300 pages. Yeah, it's less than 200 pages. So I am going to try and pick this up. I have been badgered by my friend to finally pick it up. So here it is. It's going to hopefully be read in May. I think it will because it's so short. We're going to try. Alright guys, that is all 12 books that I would like to read this month. If you kept count, it was really 11, but the Twilight book does have 2 books in it, so that is where the 12th book comes from. So yes, that is the 12 books. I already know that it is a lot to ask for, but a lot of them are relatively short, so you never know. But we're going to try it and see how it goes. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. If you loved it and you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscription button. And if you want to be notified as soon as my videos go live here on YouTube, go ahead and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in my next one. Bye! I need to be stronger. Okay.